Yes, the Office of Mental Health considers schools and their staff as key partners in suicide prevention and health promotion. We're there for the schools in the wake of a suicide, provide support, which you've often heard referred to as postvention. We also evaluate, sponsor, and distribute evidence-based curriculum such as lifelines and signs of suicide, as well as sources of strength. And last, we provide on-site training for school districts in ASSIST, which is Applied Suicide Intervention Skills Training, QPR, Safe Talk, Connect Postvention Training. We also speak at conferences and do webinars such as this, and customize Gatekeeper and other training programs. My staff person, who's our youth and suicide prevention specialist, Pat Brew, is sitting here with me, and she's developed a wonderful Creating Suicide Safer Schools curriculum as well, which we're in the process of rolling out. And now you'll hear from Melissa Evingham, the Assistant Superintendent for Instruction with the Lakeshore Central School District in Angola, New York, which is up near Buffalo. Melissa will talk about how she plans to roll out the at-risk training to her faculty and staff. Melissa?
Thank you. This past spring in May, we had a request from our staff to be able to allow them to attend or participate in some sort of professional development that would give them the strategies that they need to help address students. One of our biggest concerns and one of the things that we're really focusing on is making sure we're connecting with every child. And sometimes we feel like they're slipping through the cracks because we are so focused on the academics. So we did have a presentation from the Office of Mental Health in the spring, but being a staff developer by heart, I knew that this, the presentation, 2 hours, as great as it was just the beginning for us. So we were really excited to hear about this opportunity for our teachers to be able to engage in this sort of learning. What I really like about it and what I'm excited about is it really suits the needs of our teachers. Most teachers don't like to be out of the classroom, and we like them there because that's best for students. And this offers them a time to log in when it's good for them, so they can do evenings after school or even during some prep time if they want to do that as well. But they have an opportunity to do this at their own pace. I also find that these conversations and this learning is very difficult and sensitive at times, and what I like about it as well is that when we log in or when I log in, this is personal for me, so I can take my time, look at the choices. Even if I pick the answer that's better, I can look at what happens if I pick an answer that might be a pitfall, so that I can learn as I go along, and I can learn in a comfortable setting at my own pace. The other thing I like is we know as we work through this that this is kind of, for me, a source of higher level learning. Whenever we engage in simulation or role playing, it becomes a bit more real, a little easier for us to connect. And so I'm very pleased that we have this opportunity for our teachers to participate in. What we plan to do is we plan to roll this out on our Superintendent's Conference Day in October to offer it as a choice at first. One thing that we have here at Lakeshore is all of our staff are required to get 14 additional professional development hours throughout the school year. And so this is a great opportunity for them to fulfill the requirement, but mostly to fulfill it using something that's useful to them, something that they could use tomorrow as soon as they begin to participate in. However, many teachers finish their 14 hours over the summer. They would probably jump right on this because this is something that they want. However, we would offer it during the day as well if they wanted a substitute. Maybe we could rotate subs and so forth. So there's certainly opportunities because we're really excited about this as a district. Thank you to Pat Brew. She's the one that came and presented. However, I don't think that that would have to be a mandatory thing to get this started. I think most of us realize the importance of this. When I saw that New York State map, that really hit home to me to realize that I can understand now why we have such a lofty goal to get this to every high school teacher. So I wanted to thank the group for offering this to us. Thank you.
Great. Melissa, I have a question for you. I'm curious about from your perspective, from your position, about the priority of this for teachers, being that there is the link that we know between counseling and getting people the help they need and academic performance and retention rates. But are those known to superintendents in general or to high school teachers, which is kind of data that we or those in the mental health arena kind of are very familiar with? But I'm just curious about that side of the house.
Well, you know, I think we know it, and I think the problem is that we lose that focus sometimes when we begin to look at, you know, our school ratings and all the requirements that are coming in from state ed. So the thing that I think I cherish the most about this is our middle school and high school principal have really stated and continue to state that this is about our school culture and connecting with the child. And as long as they keep that laser-like focus, regardless of how we roll this out, this seems to fit very nicely, and it's a great reminder that these strategies are good for all kids. These strategies are good for students who are struggling mentally or students who just may be having a bad day. And that's what I think connected with me the most, and connected with our teachers when they said our kids every day seem to be feeling more and more pressure. You know, not just academics, athletics, social pressures, and so on. So this really connects to our teachers right now. It seems to be on their radar as much as ours.
Right. That's great to hear, because that was one of the goals of the training, was not to just provide you skill that will be relevant if a student is showing signs of psychological distress, but if they're just in general struggling, how do you approach them and how do you talk to them about your concern and about ways that you can help them? So it's great to hear that.